Hi guys, it's me back with my career, episode 2. 10 years on, as you can see in the top right, from where I last left you. Not really, I've not had motivation to bring you any episodes and things, but here we are. This is, obviously I left you last and I was manager of Songjiang. We'd managed to hang on in the Chinese national first division. Didn't really succeed grow at all with those signings I made over the summer. Nothing sort of worked well. Obviously, the Chinese season's over the summer months rather than standard football season. And then in 2015, I did a bit better. Left the club though during that year. I believe before the end of the season. I don't think I didn't get promoted. I think it was top two teams get promoted from that division. It's really difficult. No playoffs or anything like that. So yeah, I went to Burgos in the Spanish second division, and same situation with Songjiang. The board wanted me to get promoted, kept on giving me these aims, targets to try and achieve, and then kept on cutting my wage budget. And every season, every 6 months, so the financial situation's deteriorated. We've got to cut the wages, but then they didn't alter the targets for the club. So when I couldn't deliver a championship or a promotion, they were very unhappy. I resigned from Burgos in the end because I was just like flat out pissed off because they were demanding this, and I was like, well, I can't do that. You're asking the impossible if you're going to cut the wages at the same time. But then I spent a little bit of time unemployed, a couple of months, maybe just a month, I'm not sure. Got hired by Ayerbin. They've got a full name, Dailin Ayerbin, I believe is their full name. And yeah, as you can see, I'm one of their favoured personnel. Some of these guys are players I brought in: Geng Jiufeng, Tyus Browning, Alexander Ndumbu, and Mario Lucio. You'll remember him from Songjiang. When my time away from Songjiang, Ayerbin picked him up. And yeah, I managed to do very well with them. In fact, I won, well, first year I managed to keep them about where they were when I joined, and they were having a really bad season. After they'd finished third the year before, and then a really bad season this year, or that year, I got them to 7th, which I was happy with. And then next year I obviously second in the Super League, as you can see, and then a couple of division titles, which was really nice, and then a second in the year I left. But most notable from my time at Ayerbin was a brilliant run in the Asian Champions League, and well, I won it, as you can see there, big one Asian Champions League trophy. That's the one I won in 2021. I also won. I won quite a few trophies in my time there. Let's see. So I won two Super Leagues. I think they're both of mine. Let me just check when I was at the club. Yeah, 18 to 21. So yeah, 18 to 21 are my trophies. So I'm a runner-up, or 2 runners-up, and 2 league titles. I got the Asian Champions League. I got the how many FA Cups? 3 Chinese FA Cups. 2 Chinese Super League All-Star games, which is the winners of the Chinese Super League versus best 11 of the rest of the league, basically. And then one Super Cup, runner-up in another Super Cup. My reserves, one title, runner-up and a title in 2020 and 2021, just showing the squad I was building, and my under-19s runner-up in 2020. So I had a very strong overall squad, but after that Asian Champions League, obviously, like I say, Chinese league's over the summer, so you've got Champions League over the summer as well, and then the Club World Championship is obviously in the winter, like October, November, December sort of time. So you qualify for that in the same year you win the Champions League, unlike our Champions League where it qualifies you for the Euro Super Cup and then the Club World Championship. But I managed to get to the Club World Championship semi-final in the end. I think it was the semis, and obviously there's one big team from Europe, one team from South America, and yeah, wherever else. I drew the big team from Europe, unfortunately, and it happened to be Bayern Munich. So obviously I was devastated, expecting a loss. Went into the game, told my players to go out and enjoy it, the biggest occasion of their lives. They were really excited for it. And at half time I was 1-0 down, so I thought that's really good. You've done really well, lads. Really passionate team talk. Tried to just give them a little bit of motivation. Thought if we could snatch a goal, then goes to extra time. Anything's possible really at that point. So straight out after half time, my team go out and nick a goal. I'm playing counter-attacking football because I'm playing Bayern Munich. I can't imagine to control the ball with the team I had at the time. Managed to snatch that goal, but in the end lost 2-1. I think they scored in something like the 80th minute. It was heartbreaking for me and my players, but they came in and I told them to be proud of themselves. They'd done a great job, better than anyone expected them to do in the competition. We weren't even expected to get out of the groups in the Champions League, let alone get to the semi-final of the Club World Championship. So that was brilliant, and well, frankly, I was very happy because it really boosted my reputation as a manager, not just in Asia as well. It gave me a bit more like international recognition for my achievements, which was very nice because that enabled me to get my next job. I wanted to move out of China at this point. I thought I'd won everything I could possibly win. It's really hard to win the Club World Championship with an Asian team or anyone except a European team, frankly. You might be able to do it with a Brazilian team. That's possible. But yeah, so I managed that. I was very pleased. From my time at A Urban, there was one player who was shined out, like out and out above the rest as being absolutely amazing, and I'll show you him now because I do actually still have him. But Zhu Yifu here, he for the Chinese league was absolutely outstanding. He could play in the Premier League. I was really struggling to keep hold of him back at my time at A Urban, and he started his career there, and frankly I've tried to keep him with me throughout all of my career because I think he's a brilliant player, especially for the Asian League. He's not so great. He's about mid-range player for the Premier League or League One, where I am at the moment. From A Urban, like I was saying, I went to Sao Caetano, as you can see there, and we'll just have a quick look at what I achieved while I was there. Club history while I was there. I finished second, which I was very happy with, in the Brazilian national second division. The thing about the Brazilian leagues, you play like a minimum of, I think it's 57 games or 59 games. You play a 57 game minimum because you've got the first division, and then you've got the state championship every year, which is all your like local teams, like your state teams, regardless of division they're in, play in a league format. Top 8 teams qualify for the playoffs, and then it's quarters, semis, final for the state championship. And so it's a nice little format, but it's 2 games a week, Monday or weekend Wednesday, every single week. So it's quite a fatiguing season on your players. You need a big, fit, strong squad for the Brazilian leagues. Like I say, I managed to win the promotion in my first year there, which was very nice. As you can see here, it's not too difficult to win promotion in the Brazilian league. In fact, it's the easiest league, I think, to win promotion from that I've seen, at least, because top 4 teams go up regardless. Um, as I said, I finished second, I believe. It must be that year. Yeah, I finished second. There. Was it there? No. There. That's where I finished second. So my team had just been. They were relegated the year I took charge of them. And yeah, so I managed to get them promoted again. Straight back up, bounced up. So they were yo-yoing a couple of years up and down. As you can see, I finished 7 points off the top of the table in the end, but quite comfortably ahead of non-promotion spots. So I was happy with that. And then in the following year, during the season, actually I think possibly during the state championship, to be honest with you, I was approached by Bayern Munich, who are obviously really impressed still from my performance against them in the Club World Championship. They approached me, offered me a job interview, which of course I accepted. I wanted to stay in Brazil. I wanted to build a team here, hopefully, probably not take them all the way, but hopefully get a job at Corinthians or Sao Paulo, give myself a chance to win everything in Brazil. I wanted to do that, like truly and honestly wanted to prove myself in Brazilian football, because I've not spent a lot of time there in my years in football management. But you can't turn down an offer like Bayern Munich. You just can't. It's a chance to manage at one of the elite European clubs with a huge transfer budget, huge wage budget, great club structure there that they've got. So you couldn't turn it down. So I had to attend that interview. Luckily, my board understood. They weren't annoyed by that. And then that interview I thought went well. I was all suited up, got ready for it, attended it in a very smart, presentable manner. And yeah, unfortunately, they weren't interested, which was a shame, because I thought I could do a good job there. Especially they were offering me a 66 million transfer budget, so I thought I could do a good job. But you know, it wasn't to be, unfortunately. And I didn't get that job. But at the same time, Athletic, I think it was Atletico Madrid offered me an interview. It was either Atletico Madrid or Athletic Bilbao offered me an interview. I attended, but it must have been Atletico Madrid, and they refused to improve the club's youth facilities. And it's something I believe in, building from a young age, developing young players into first team talent, and they refused to improve the youth facilities. And I put my foot down and said, look, I'm not going to manage your team unless you can do this for me. So I didn't get that job. They told me straight away, flat out in the interview, that I wouldn't get that job. So I wasn't waiting on that. And then at the same time, or just soon after that, like a week after that, the Bayern job was turned down, and I was fresh resolved to stay in the Brazilian leagues. But Stuttgart, and who had just won the Bundesliga by quite a long way, I think anyway, and where I am now, Olympique Marseille, came in for me and asked me to attend an interview. Both of them, both interviews went well. Both clubs were very passionate about the youth facilities. Said yes, we'll upgrade them for you. We think it's a very important area of the club to develop. So I was excited. I thought I was going to get the Stuttgart job. I wanted to move to Germany. Obviously, my girlfriend, she loves war and society, and Germany's a great place to study war. So she was keen to go to Germany as well. It was going to be brilliant. Unfortunately, they turned me down as well. In the end, they chose, I can't remember who they went for. They went for a more established manager in European football. It's understandable, but I was disappointed nonetheless. But Marseille, they offered me a job. I thought, yeah, straight away snapped. I was like, yeah, I'm coming in. Again, like I said, elite European leagues. There's some leagues you just can't turn down if they come asking, because it's too good a career opportunity. So yeah, I took the Marseille job in it must have been 2022-23 season. and this is yeah. So while I was at Sao Central, in Brazil, first year I tried to sign Zuyifu from A Urban, but they wouldn't. He didn't want to come to me. Thought my club didn't have the financial resources for him, which is understandable. He wanted some money. He was on a lot of money in China. I know exactly how much money he was on because I gave him that contract to keep him there rather than him going off to a championship team in England a couple of years before I left the club. And then so I managed to get him though over the summer or over the winter before we started the Brazilian First Division campaign, and then obviously my eventual job offer here and moved to Marseille. So I bought him straight away from then, or in the next transfer window, I believe, from there, because I knew how good a player he was. Marseille were lacking a proper out and out goal scorer at the time, so I thought I could do well. And see, Marseille over the years, if we go back to the 1920 season, they finished 11th, 7th. They got a third place, but then the following year 5th. That's when I took over, but they were struggling when I took over in the league. They were down somewhere around like 9th, 10th, mid-table sort of place because of the Euro Cup, because they qualified in third, but then through the Champions League they got sent into the Euro Cup. So they were struggling in the league. I managed to get to the European Cup final, I think, in my first season. I didn't have a lot to do. I had to win in a semi-final, second leg, and then it was the final. But I managed to pull up their league position to a more respectable position and getting European football again. And then my first full season at the club, I managed to get them second, a long way off, 14 points off PSG, who just quite frankly run away with this division. As you can see, I was 10 points ahead of the team, ahead of the next team, Lyon. It's just so difficult to catch PSG in this league. They were way away from way before I even had a chance. And as you can see here, 4 points. I mean, they just beat Monaco there, but then 12 points ahead of Monaco there. Monaco got them that year, but it's been mostly PSG for the entire time. But look at that, that's a 29-point difference ahead of the next team. PSG are just owning this league, frankly, and it's really difficult. But yeah, what did I manage? I managed to win a cup competition with Marseille, which was nice. Bit of silverware for the fans, you know. What was it? Let's see. Oh, they've got lots of honours over the years, but not a league win in recent times, unfortunately. See, there's that runner-up I managed to achieve for them, and then we got where is it? I know I won the May Cup, not the French Cup. Coupe de Ligue, there you go. I won the Coupe de Ligue in my first season here. Again, I didn't have much to do. I think I had to play the semi and the final. So it really wasn't too difficult to get that, which was nice, easy. Bit of silverware to cement my position at the club, really. So that was good. I can find. And then I got runner-up in the league. This season, last season, this year. Runner-up, I got knocked out. PSG beat me in that cup final. PSG knocked me out of the French Cup, and PSG pipped me to the League One, posted League One, which was an issue. Apparently I must have got knocked out of the Euro Cup earlier than I thought. But yes, like I say, PSG just owned me this year in every single competition, unfortunately. Transfer history, here you go. From when I came in, we have I don't think that was the year I came in. Oh no, that's the year I came in. So this is the year before I came in. Obviously they sold more than I bought in. And then this was my first year of transfers. Sent a lot of people out, shipped a lot of them out. They were just useless deadwood, taking up my wage budget. This guy here, Gabriel Barbosa, Real Madrid, wanted him for a lot of money, and he was good, but you know, sometimes you just got to accept. Or was that the season before? I know I've sold a person for a lot of money. There you go. It must have been that one. Yeah. So Real Madrid. I think I took over in that season. He'd already gone, but I managed to get a couple of people in. Luis Enrique from Santos, who was pretty good. I've since moved him on again, but he was good he was cover more than anything. Tulberg, he's a good little player. Again, I've moved him on. A couple of guys I've had in for a couple of years and moved on just because they didn't fit in or anything like that. But here we go. These are my first full year's worth of transfers. I sold this goalkeeper for 25 million, who's very good. Sold him to Arsenal, but only after I'd secured the services of wherever he is. This goalkeeper for on a free from Racing Club de Lens. I got him on a free. He's younger, he's better, he's more agile. Just an all-round better goalkeeper, and I got him for free. Shipped out my old first-choice goalkeeper for 25 million. Brilliant, instantly in profit before the rest of my transfers when I managed to go into loss. But that's fine because my chairwoman, for some strange reason, keeps on pumping in money. Brilliant. Yeah, so I've got a couple of really good young players here at Marseille. This kid, I signed him from Barcelona, I think. Yeah, he played for Barcelona. It cost me 14.25 million. He is going to be the best centre-back in the world. I have no doubt of that, as long as I can keep him developing. This guy, excellent player. Again, shipped him out on loan to Liverpool for a bit. He wasn't playing as much as I wanted, so I thought I'd bring him back. I'd be able to play him more than Liverpool were. Maybe it didn't turn out as I thought, although last season I think I got him some more games. I've got a lot of good young talent. I'll show you my squad properly in a little while. Again, got a couple of people on frees. Him on a free. Excellent little transfer for a free. So yeah, I've done some good business here. Got some good players in. Again, another absolutely class defender. Going to be an excellent right back in years to come. It cost me a lot of money, but no doubt he's worth it. And of course, as I said earlier, Zuyifu, bought him in. If I'm not one of his favourite personnel, I don't know what I'd have to do. Yeah, there you go. Favourite personnel, manager. He loves me. He's going to stay on as a staff member, I am very sure. I'm going to take him to any club I am at, regardless of division or talent in the squad. He will play for me. He's not let me down throughout the years. He's always shown up when I need him to. I mean, 107 goals and 190 appearances for a striker, that's not bad. Over 1 in 2, I'm happy with it. You can't complain. And then adding 28 assists as well, that's excellent for a combined transfer fee in his career for 5.5 million, and that's me paying it twice. You can't complain really. Like I say, he will follow me to every club. And yeah, so on to this season again. A lot of loans out. I'm trying to develop some young talent, which means loaning a lot of players out. I loan more players out than Chelsea, which is saying something. Shipped out a couple of big players. Tulberg, as I said, he came in, but I shipped him out this year because Zuyifu's frankly a better striker. I've got better wingers. And then I shipped out Job Gilletta for a decent fee as well to Wolfsburg. He wanted another challenge. I didn't want to let him go. He's absolutely excellent. He's like 5 stars. But he wanted a new challenge. He was complaining, moaning. So I told him to fuck off and leave. I shipped him out of the van. I say shipped. He's not a slave, I promise. Another big one out, Anthony Esposito to Southampton. He was a left-sided defender. I've got a similar standard younger guy who plays left defence for me, Fresnel and Goy. I'll show you him when we look at my squad. Again, I bought some class young talent. I almost always buy young players. I've got Netherlands front lineup really, which helped quite a bit. That's a bit deep. Yeah, he's going to be an absolutely class player again. He is going to be a brilliant replacement for Gilletta in a couple of years' time. He's almost there now. He's almost ready. Who else did I bring in? Alvarez for 12 million. He's a solid defender. You can't really complain. It's 16-15. And a work rate and teamwork of 15. Excellent. Can't complain. So I've made some huge transfers with my time at Marseille. Like I said, I promised you I'd show you the league. I'll show you how I'm doing this year too. Kurt Zuma, obviously, just been bought. He's my captain. He's good. He's not as good as he once was, but he's still quite good. He's played well throughout his career. Chelsea have clearly bought a good player. Sorry, Darren, you're going to have to find someone else to sign next year. Chelsea ain't going to let him go cheap. But yeah, considering Marseille got him for free from Saint Etienne, he's played excellently throughout his career. 30 games plus a season every season without fail. So looking at my team, as you can see, that's probably maybe my first team. I'm not sure. I've not been on this save in a while. Maybe Wim Van Ness would be in there. The one thing bugs me about this kid, his teamwork is 7. He's so selfish, and he just doesn't have the finishing to be selfish. So I keep on mentoring him, tutoring him, trying to improve his mentals, but he's just a bit stubborn, really. He's a bit of a Carlos Tevez. But like I say, I've got some great potential and some players here. So Jose, my goalkeeper, who's class already, but it's going to get better. Macedo, Gonzalo. I've got a lot of really good defenders. Here's that Fresnel and Goy guy. He's, like I say, brilliant, great winger. He's great all the way up the left-hand side. Bit of a Belgian Bale. We'll see what he develops into, whether I play him higher up or in defence. Right now he plays defence because he's my best player in defence because I shipped out that guy to Southampton. I don't know what my tactics are. I've been trying a mix of my own and then some, yeah. So this is one of my own tactics, trying to get I want to play this formation, wing backs, 2 strikers. It's attacking, but it's really difficult to get it to work well. If I need it at any point, I'll switch to this one, get a late goal, and then that's one I downloaded. It's just late goal, smash, grab. But generally, between that one and my own, which is my own variation of the tiki-taka crap that just works so well on Football Manager, I tend to do all right. I'll show you the current league table. There you go. I've got a game in hand, so I can be on 11 points. So I can be second. They can be on 15 points. Going to be issues. I got the option to postpone a game earlier on because so many of my team were on international duty, which that can only be a good sign, really, can't it? Can't be a bad sign at all. I'll show you the fixtures. This episode's been quite long, nearly 30 minutes. Hope you're still with me, guys. I'll have an FC United episode explaining what I'm doing with that one as well. It's coming up soon because I've not really advanced this save in a couple of weeks. I've been playing a different one. It's very good, very interesting save. What was I going to show you? Can't even remember. I'll show you the youth team, I guess, while I'm here, because I can't remember. Fixtures I was going to show you. Reserves, there you go, another couple of good, skillful little players. He's a nice striker, should be alright if he can develop some more other skills. And then Sue's in my youth team at the moment. Sue's good. I tend to move my youth players with decent potential into my under 21s or reserve squad, whichever it is in whatever league, because they'll play at a higher level, which helps develop them. And if you just set them to be available for both teams, if they're available, if games don't coincide, then they'll play for both teams when there's an opportunity, and they'll develop quicker. If you put them in your under or your under 19s or 18s and set them to play for your reserve squad, they'll play for the 19s first with priority. Reserves, they'll play, if they're in the reserve squad, they'll play for that with priority, and then the under 19s if it's available. So it's a better way. Put your good quality ones in the reserves, they'll develop quicker. Over if they're just sat in the under 19s, I need to move a couple of players. Obviously they're 15, so they've got some work to do before they start really developing. But we'll see. I'll quickly show you the fixtures, and then I think I'll draw this episode to an end. I don't know when I'll have another episode of this career coming up, because like I say, I've been playing the FC United one. It's really quite interesting, and it's really caught my imagination. Mixed pre-season, really. It's beating teams I should be beating easily, and then a couple of iffy results there. And then obviously the league, 2 draws, 2 wins. But that includes a draw against PSG, and if I can draw against them, then especially, a draw at home, but if I can draw against them, then hopefully I've got a chance in the league overall. I've got Champions League football this year, obviously finished second last year, but my group is tough, like really tough. I've got Milan, Olympiacos and Bayern, so I'll be lucky to get out of the group, really. But at very least I'm hoping to get into the Europa, even if I hate it. But we'll see. Anyway, that's my season. Ooh, Zuma and Lemina. There we go. That guy. We're named in Team of the Week. Excellent. So yeah, that is my career part 2. Whole 10 years and 32 minutes. Hope it's been interesting. If you want to know anything, ask. I'll try and answer it as best I can. And thanks for watching if you've made it this far. And if you haven't made it this far, then fuck you. Where's the commitment? You asked me to make videos rather than text. I feel it's easier for you to just sit and listen. You don't even have to look at the screen, you lazy fuckers. Anyway, I will speak to you soon, guys. Thank you very much.